What's going on, and happy early Thanksgiving, everybody. The Open Division Finals are here. Let's talk about it. As always, presented by Palomar Insurance. Please go support the people that support us. This one, I will just get this out of the way. It's being played on Tuesday, so 1 week from today. It's at Southwestern. If anybody is going to be mad at anybody, be mad at SDFC. They are having a fantastic season and are still playing at Snapdragon, and therefore have forced CIF to find another place. And that's not an easy thing to do on short notice in terms of like football stadiums when you have other football programs going on. So whatever, man. I don't think any of these teams would care. They'd want to win an Open Division championship if it was played anywhere, anytime. So let's talk about this. As always, I know nothing. This is for fun. This doesn't mean anything. So I appreciate your enthusiasm, but miss me with like trying to give chalkboard material and to either of these teams and say like I'm going to pick someone to win this. I'm just going to make the case for both teams. Lancers 10-1. They lost to LCC in the regular season. Then they avenged that loss in the playoffs to get here. So I think they answered and were held to account for that one. Dons coming in at 9-2. They lost back-to-back weeks during the mid to early late part of the season to De La Salle and to Point Loma. Since then, they have won out, including Mission Hills and Lincoln in that last stretch. So, I think they have proven that that was the outlier, not the trend, and that I don't make the excuses of like, oh, they didn't have this guy or they never had that guy, but like, availability is part of one of the abilities of football. But I think the Cathedral Catholic has shown that the team that played those games is not the team that is playing this game, and that they're coming in fairly loaded and healthy. Let's start with the Carlsbad Lancers. Eli McNeil's their quarterback. This is how he's dishing it out, both in terms of the rushing and receiving. So, look, this is always going to be an underwhelming analysis. There are a lot of kids and players that go into the totality of a team's success. I'm doing my best to just give the general cliff notes, if you will, for the maybe not so diehard football fans. But these guys, you will notice only one senior listed up here. Obviously, Darian listed twice on these, but still, I think you get my point. This is a Carlsbad team that is a part of a Carlsbad program that has sustained Open Division success, and I think there was some questions going into the season of they've got the line that has the ability to generate the offense, but who is going to be generating that offense? And it's cool to see that couple of younger kids have stepped up on the rushing and receiving side of the game. Like I said, Eli McNeil, he's dishing it out. He is a senior, though, so one more big game here in the section. Obviously, there's state after that, but like all on the line here to see if he will finally be the Carlsbad quarterback that gets them over the Open Division finish line. Let's talk about the Carlsbad defense for a second. Again, the disclaimer of like, I know that there are 11 on the field at the time, and there's all the totality of everybody that goes into it, but Ashawn Cranford having a fantastic season, double-digit sacks. Rocky Cummings and Mario there, look at that, another sophomore having a great year, but Ashawn and Rocky are a 1-2 punch for Carlsbad that generates a lot of pressure and I think will receive a lot of attention. The Carlsbad offensive line is fantastic. They are part of a good offense, and we will go talk about them in a second, but this would be somebody who I think it would be conceivable to say, hey, let's see if we can't get a sack or two out of him. A little bit of a highlight moment here. But this defense is a very, very good defense at getting pressure. So, again, my punditry is not to the level of, oh, they're going to run this defense and execute against this guy, that guy, or the other. But I think when you go see the matchups that we're going to be talking about on the Cathedral side, you'll see that this is a team that is kind of able to go punch for punch here. On to Cathedral Catholic's side, Brady Palmer is their senior quarterback. You see him over there, 40-plus rushing yards a game. What up with it, Brady? Dual threat indeed. Here's what we got. Isaac Cook is a wide receiver who is incredibly productive. His max prep stats are probably wrong in terms of the total number of receptions. So average his yards per catch are way up above what you see on here. But below him on the receiving and over on the top of the rushing is Honor Olave Johnson, 5-star recruit and somewhat of a football he's a guy kind of vibes. Like he can play every single position. He can do every single thing. I've had a coach say to me he plays that game in a whole other gear beyond anything he's ever seen from anybody in his 10 years of doing this. And I can believe it. He is a fantastic football player. He has had record-setting games already this year. Will Cathedral say, hey, big game, we got to go exclusively to the big guy? I don't think so. I think that they've got enough weapons everywhere else to at least have to keep it honest. But it will be interesting to see the level to which Carlsbad will pay attention to Honor Olave Johnson. And if it's going to be a thing that they overcompensate or overcorrect, or does it what's the chess level there? Or is this guy just really on that level that if you feed him the ball enough, no matter what defense throws at him, this will be a win? Be curious. Both of these programs can make fantastic cases for they have put in the hours, they have put in the time, they have put in the grind. And this Cathedral Catholic team, juniors on the top for receiving and rushing, is another one that, like, I'm not saying that it is shifting, but this could be shifting towards. This is now the open division rivalry for a couple of years, with Cathedral and Carlsbad having a year or 2 or 3 where they've got some grades locked in a kind of epic back and forth, kind of some potential. So let's look at the Cathedral defense. Got to give these 3 guys their shout outs. I think 5+ tackles a game is pretty good. But when you have it spread out like this and you have multiple guys, that means you're swarming to the ball. And like I said, they go punch for punch. I think both of these offenses and both of these defenses have playmakers and weapons. And that might be frustratingly vague punditry that you guys want to like, oh, pick something. Everyone else picks something. I'm good. I think that either way, this is a win for San Diego because this validates, to me, the open division. Both of these teams, very good. Both of these teams had losses that were valued differently because of who it was to, and it impacted some other teams, and it wasn't just this locked in on like, oh, all season these 2 are just going to run away with it. But no, this is a fun result either way. This is a fun story either way. But this is absolutely a game that, because it is Tuesday night, you should probably not have anything else you're all that committed to, so come out and check out. It's going to be at Southwestern. That's everything I got. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. And again, apologies to anybody who is crucial to these team successes that I left out. But let's go, folks. This is the game of the year. We'll see you there.